lines here, and there it is, the black hole. Once again, right on Arteezy, he gets doomed, the shallow grave comes out, but there's only so much they can do to keep him alive.
I mean, it's like half a second. Like
still no lifesteal on the Terrorblade at this point.
It's half a second for Universe, honestly, to get that roar up. He has to turn around and use the animation. It's just too long at that point. He's in the black hole for too long of a time.
Yeah, and here they just took the racks, and this is where they tried to split push middle. They had to go for some. EG realized we can't fight him straight up with that.
This was a really smart play from EG. Even though it didn't work, I think the idea is really what counts, and trying to go all in. If Vega makes a misstep here, if they just get that one interrupt, this could be a game-winning play.
Yeah, it could be. And oh man, it was so close. I can't believe, like, you look at it, it's 34-13. Like, how is this game even close? But it was probably the closest game we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, the Enigma pick was just so smart. They had nothing to counter the BKB black hole except for Universe, of course. But the way the positioning was there, it just didn't work. And yeah, that's the final fight is they get cleaned up mid, and Vega pushes for the win. So
he was ready with 2 holes now and refresher.
Yeah. So we've got a draft. Sorry, the teams were ready to rock and roll. So here we go, folks. Spirit Breaker, Viper banned out. Wisp, and wow, Riki banned by Vega. They've done some homework here. EG the only team that's played it, but still surprised to see him banned.
All right, so there's a CK for Artur if he wants it. Furion's available for Vega. There's no Enigma, which has been picked in the past 2 games.
First picked in the last 2 games.
Exactly. Yeah. And what else is important?
Sand King's huge. Sand King and Earthshaker are the 2 big initiation heroes. Slardar as well. So yeah, and the 3 big ones.
Like, if Smil had played it maybe a little bit worse, I would have said, okay, that hero's okay because he's had such a bad losing rate. But Smil just honed on that hero. He just destroyed with it. So
there's a dazzle. You get a dazzle Slardar late game. That's no armor for anyone.
Enchantress, if she's not banned here, maybe a likely first pick.
She isn't, and that's first pickable for. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. A lot of really good supports in this pool.
And they can play it for solo or for mag, which is really important. So it keeps it open ended.
The bottleneck is going to be agility carries. Spectre is the one that really stands out here.
She looks the best. I mean, the Ember too.
Oh yeah, and Ember, of course, yeah.
And Bane's just, they love that hero. Like, even when Bane wasn't that picked that much, like, PPD played it all the time back in the day, and he still plays it. It's just a huge hero. And against Enchantress, just to lock her down and Fiend's Gripper and have Magic Burst is very important against her.
You think we'll finally see an Omni Knight pop out here? He's been in the last couple pools, and
it looks decent in this pool. There's a chance of an Omni Knight plus Enchantress, no magic damage, no physical damage on her. It's pretty insane. If you get like a Dragon Lance Aghanim's, it's actually extremely powerful.
Yeah, it's even powerful in those early fights before Enchantress is really online, but early Spectre pickup here from Vega.
So we'll most likely see the middle, but the hard carry Ember from EG, and then the like you said, the best carry easily in this pool in the Spectre. There's a PL.
Yeah, we haven't really seen any PL this tournament. He's just not been prioritized.
Earthshaker.
Okay.
Be interesting to see. I really do like Sand King, like an offlane Sand King this game. It's decent versus Enchantress. They have to go up against each other. I mean, he'll never really die.
I mean, don't forget, Vega could do jungle Enchantress, offlane Earthshaker. This is still pretty open-ended for them.
What else is there offlane for Universe to pick? I'm like looking at it, and
Omni Knight, Slardar. There's really not that much.
That's about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. There wasn't really that much banned either. Maybe a Spear Breaker, but the Furion. I mean, there just wasn't many offlaners per se.
Yeah, I agree with you, Grant. I think the Sand King is really nice here.
We'll see if Peter agrees here.
Just having a lot of magic damage is nice to have against the Enchantress as well. There's still Maiden, though, will be their second support.
Dutch is holding people in place. It's decent for roaming laning, and there's the Chaos Knight.
So Chaos Knight versus Spectre, how's that matchup look as we get towards the late game?
With an Ember on their team, I mean, if Spectre goes Manta, he'll just get blown up by the Battle Fury Ember. The Chaos Knight, obviously, like, you get one Reality Rift into 3 crits, you're dead. Any hero.
The minus armor is really nice against Spectre too.
It isn't. They're pretty much. I like EG because they're guaranteeing a decent laning phase with Bane and Crystal Main being extremely good laners, and Rubik is not. I mean, defensively just not as strong as a laner, but I kind of like the pickup.
I'm a little surprised they didn't go with the Dazzle.
Yep, which means they're gonna need a mid hero now on Vega.
What is
seemingly.
Yeah, very limited on choices here.
There's like you don't want to go like PA Spectre, which would be crazy, but I've seen crazier.
Necro,
that was like Pugna.
I think you'd get blown up.
Yeah, both those heroes would get destroyed.
Necro, not going to happen. It's a Sand King, so
we could. I mean, any one of these heroes could just be played mid, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have like 4 potential supports, so they could really set this up however they want.
Okay.
So for EG, offlaner.
Looking like an
Looking like an Omni Knight to me.
It's either Omni or Slardar.
Yeah, there it
there
is.
you go.
All right, so let's take a look here. We're going to be patient, see what Vega has in mind. No one takes the Earthshaker.
Wow.
So we're going to have a core shaker in the mid.
Maybe. Remember they did switch
They
it up that
swapped.
first
That's
game.
a
They're
good
like,
point.
We'll trick
Very
you,
good
Peter,
point.
you silly goose.
Yes.
Don't trick me.
Okay, well, an interesting draft to round things out here. Game number 4 is set to get underway. We've got Sunsfan and Purge, your casters for this match.
Welcome back to Game 4 of the Grand Finals of the PIA Captain's Draft 3.0, presented by Dota Center and Moondog TV. My name is Sunsfan, joined by Pimp on Observer/Production and Purge. We're seeing Omni Knight, man.
Yeah, Slacks made some weird noises a second ago, and I
He's
don't...
singing right now.
Thank God he's not on mic. Oh, wait, I'm Slacks.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
I-
what was that? Can you imitate him
Nope,
again?
That was the last time. I'm back into my Purge impression. All right, I do like the EG draft here, but I think Vega really rounded out their lineup with their last 2 picks. They needed stuns because otherwise Ember Spirit was going to be uncontrollable in the late game, especially with Sumail on it. So I think having Sand King, Earthshaker, and Rubik is going to do a lot for that. In terms of the Spectre, I like Chaos Knight versus Spectre. I think the Omni Knight plus Chaos Knight is really strong in the mid game due to the repel plus the aggressiveness that Chaos Knight can output. So I feel like EG is going to have a strong mid game, and their late game's also going to be quite good. But if Vega gets a lot of laning advantage, then Spectre is just going to wreck because he can just punish so many heroes. Like, he can easily kill Crystal Maiden in a lot of cases. If he gets the Diffusal Blade, Omni Knight's easy to kill. Bane is even a little bit straightforward to kill. So if Vega can protect their Spectre really well, they're going to have this game in the bag completely. So that's what the game's going to come down to.
I think the game really comes down to how powerful the karma of Sir Action Slacks is. He's going to be rooting for EG because of Omni Knight, and the opposing team, there's a hero named Rubik that he hates, that's also wearing cosmetics that he hates. Look at these cosmetics,
He's
man.
got a face, man.
These are some crazy ass. This is
moves
the Puppet Master.
Pretty fast considering how his back is shaped. So
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. He's got a boots first, though. He's going to put a ward on the high ground, and perhaps that cape is actually kind of cool. Oh, he's so dead, though, now.
Yoma
Maybe?
gets frosted up. Yeah, this is a definite death. And then you're seeing the new animation
Okay.
of telekinesis. Fissure coming out.
He's actually... They have to cut him off. It's the only way... All right, he's going to live.
Wow.
Great fissure. That absolutely saved him.
The cosmetics saved him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that little cape. They got distracted, and they saw his face, and they got really creeped out, so they went somewhere else.
There you go. So no one... Is he playing support? I mean, Pasha's bottom lane with Spectre.
He's got a stout shield.
What in
Has
the
he just been
world?
zoned?
I am so confused right now.
I am also quite confused. Okay, so Spectre's clearly farming, right? They've got a Rubik in the lane. No one has a stout shield with pooled tangos, of which he's used one already.
Okay, I think I know what's happening.
And there's an enchant mid right now.
I think he got blocked off from going mid because of that fissure. So Solo's taking over the mid lane while he has, while no one
Okay.
walks back manually. So
Well, that's not a good thing,
Yeah.
considering the fact that Ember Spirit is probably going to be able to beat Earthshaker in a 1v1 in a lot of cases. I mean, I guess he can be competitive with physical damage, since Enchant Totem will give him a big damage boost, but...
and no one walking slowly but surely back to the mid lane, and he already is at a... Actually, Ember Spirit didn't really get much experience.
He actually also has 0 last hits. Oh, sorry, 1. He just got a second. So this actually didn't hurt that bad at all.
But against Flame Guard, Ember's still going to be a pretty difficult lane for Earthshaker, at least you have to think in theory. It's not something you see
Kinda.
that often.
Once he gets enough enchant totems, he's going to easily out-harass Sumail. As long as Flame Guard isn't up, he can easily harass. But again, the next issue is Bane. If Bane is here to help, then that's when things get really bad for no one, because he can just do a sleep into Flame Guard into Searing Chains.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, if this ends up in 2v1, it's going to feel like an off-lane Earthshaker in a lot of ways.
It will. But that's going to mean that Mag in the offlane is doing a lot better. He is against a Chaos Knight. Right now it looks like Chaos Knight's clearly winning the battle, though.
Does he go... I think he'd go Caustic Finale in this matchup, right?
I would, yes, but he also has to worry about Burrow Strike and Sandstorm.
Now, PPD in the meantime, getting slowed up by the enchant of Solo.
Oh,
Nice
that's a
fissure, and PPD will be the first blood. Vega. Good start for them so far.
Yeah, no one's going to be really happy with that here.
And now
He's got
it's a
his
real
bottle
off
coming
lane,
up.
by the way. So Mag is in a 1v2.
Alright, I think that's for the best for Vega, actually, because I think Sand King was going to lose that 1v1 matchup against Chaos Knight. I think Chaos Knight would be able to outplay him. So if they focus the support up there instead, then it's okay if Mag doesn't do as well. But if Bane stays mid and keeps pressuring the Earthshaker, things get hard.
The thing I love about the fact that no one is playing Earthshaker is he gets a nice, actually this blocks off Sumail completely. He's going to do some enchant totem damage on top of that, and Sumail has to go the long way around. But the fact that this hero fits no one's playstyle perfectly.
It does.
Blink, Force Staff, Shadow Blade. I expect all 3 of those items to be picked up for him.
And it's really good against the heroes that EG has. He can just solo kill, much like we were
Top
talking
lane,
about.
by the way, sorry to interrupt, but
No,
Nightmare into Chaos Bolt. All right, Mag gets the Sandstorm off.
He might still die. He's going to be able to buy a TP.
Well,
but-
Arteezy has a Mango, so he can get a stun off if needed. Mag eating his way through the trees.
All
He's
right,
going
that
to
was
TP
super
out,
sick.
and he's out. Nice.
I've never seen somebody TP there, but great little juking. Cost him a tango to do it, but he would have died otherwise if he didn't find a good juke spot. Nicely done. So he lives, wastes some time. Arteezy misses a couple last hits. He's up to 12 now. In the safe lane for Vega, Pasha is up to 16 on spec.
We have a gank attempt onto Sumail, pops the Flame Guard. Solo doing some right-click damage, and they should have enough. The Fairy Fire is going to keep Sumail alive. The tower is actually destroying Solo, and down he goes. And some way, somehow, Sumail lives through this, as no one's going to take some collateral damage from Universe's Purification. And Mud Golem will fall in addition.
We have a double Mud Golem here, a little bit of harass coming in, but what a big little fight. Sumail living, the poor man's shield definitely paying off there, and him staying alive does everything.
And the Fairy Fire, I mean, a lot of times we see it pop and then they die, and they actually kept them alive that time.
Yeah, Fairy
Very
Fire with
close.
poor man's shield is super value for the health that it gives you.
Bottom lane, Universe, as the off-lane Omnia is level 4, as opposed to Mag, who is about to hit level 4, so relatively even overall in that regard. Mid lane, Fissure, going to split the uprights between Sumail and Fear. And with the 4-minute rune, Sumail is just going to get the top, while no one will get bottom, so they're going to trade off in that engagement. So Universe is doing very nicely in the bot lane, by the way, as he gets Telekinesis, as I say that. Spectral Dagger, Purification, has the tele if needed, but no one is here with a gank, Haste Rune, S4 Rune coming his way. They're going to find this kill one way or another, and they're going to give it to no one, who is now about to hit level 5.
He did that perfect. Came in with the Enchant Totem hit, got a second Enchant Totem hit. That's equivalent to hitting like 6 times or something with 2 slaps. So very good against Omni Knight actually before he hits 6. And Earthshaker, when you do play core Earthshaker, usually max Enchant Totem just because you can leverage so much more in terms of little trades with that extra right click. And you can just harass somebody. You spend 40 mana here and you can hit Sumail essentially 4 times with 1 hit.
And we have a double smoke by EG, PPD, and Fear, coupling up to attempt to gank bot lane. Sioma is going to pop the smoke on one hero. Pasha is here as well. They're going to focus on Pasha, I do
You
believe.
just keep spec alive.
Nice telekinesis. Is actually stuns PPD. The Nightmare comes into play as Pasha might be in some trouble. Universe is here. And with the Purification, they just have so much damage.
Yeah.
And down goes the Spectre.
Solo comes. I don't know if they're going to get a kill though. They'd have to grab
They have the
Fear.
trap. Fear gets repelled right off the bat. Universe, in the meantime, gets the Purification off. Along with the right clicks. See if they have enough damage. A nice slow from PPD. If that was Slack, he would not have that spell. Here comes Arteezy, though. Jumps in with the Reality Rift. Chaos Bolt as well is available. He's getting blocked by the skeletons. And Mag will just scurry away.
Wow, I can't believe more people didn't die there. There was so many rotations from every lane. The only person that didn't show up was Sumail and Earthshaker. Everybody came to that fight, even Arteezy. He also grabs his ult at 6, bit interesting.
What do you think about this? We talk about Chaos Knight and Captain's Mode not being that great because you can counter him so easily with AoE damage. And we're seeing quite a bit of AoE damage coming the way of Vega in the form of Sand King and Earthshaker.
Yeah, the Earthshaker might do a lot here. Another stun on Pasha, but they're going to back up a bit.
Mid lane, Burrow Strike into an Enchant Totem and Fissure. We have some TP support coming the way of Sumail. He gets blocked up by the Fissure. He'll be okay, and in fact will be purified.
If he had Echo Slam, they could have killed him, but it's just tough. He almost needs to prep enchant before the gank comes as well. That way he can get 2 enchant hits in. But the other issue is that...
boy. Bottom lane, Solo, Nightmared up into a Chaos, a 4-second Chaos Bolt, and Arteezy pops his ult in addition. And Solo is going to live at least a little bit longer because of Untouchable, but there's too many heroes for EG. It just overwhelms him.
A little interesting weird skill build on Enchantress. He doesn't have any Nature's Attendants. I kind of wish he did. Because a little bit of heal
that
there,
is
even 40 HP per second, could make a difference in some of these fights. Like, Untouchable does a lot against Chaos Knight, but they're getting pressure on him. The 2 enchants helps you gank a little easier, I guess, but he didn't get the kills off early game, so maybe not so worth it. He didn't get the value out of those skill points.
Well, Mag now hits level 5, and as an offlane Sand King these days, if you're getting free levels like this, do you not go jungle at all?
You get way more experience in levels from the jungle, for sure.
But you have to stack as well. Is anybody stacking for them? No, I mean, Solo is just going to be taking out the camps himself as an enchantress. Meanwhile, mid lane, no one. Gets Chaos Voltage. Sioma trying to do a little bit of damage. There's the Echo Slam to follow. No one's in a lot of trouble, though. Gets off his spells nicely, but the right click should suffice. He's going to bottle up, but one more Chaos Bolt takes him out.
Yeah, Ortiz has been doing a great job. He's moving around the map and getting a lot of kills. They used Echo Slam as well, so no value for that, which means next time they have a gank off, killing Sumail's even harder. I think Sumail's just going to kind of run away with this lane is what it looks like.
Gank off sounds so dirty. Meanwhile,
Solo finds PPD, kind of. They have the vision. All right, and there the slow might pay off here.
Enchant slows him to a crawl. Arteezy is here for moral support, though. And that'll break things up.
Just got to make sure PP doesn't get the last 10. That's about it.
Mag holding on to that 6th level right now. If he can get a kill with Epicenter, he'll level it up. If he can't, then probably go an additional level into Burrow Strike, I assume.
Yeah, I think I would like to see him get a 6th level. If they shift no one, for example, to the top lane and they do a fissure in there, then Universe would just die to the burst damage, I think. Maybe not. He could repel, I guess, but might work out nicely. Sumail shifting top. He's got a haste.
Oh boy.
He knows Meg's up here.
Coming into play.
They don't have dust, though.
Yeah, no vision whatsoever.
As long as he
He'll
just...
probably do some chip damage.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, he can TP to another lane and just use that haste.
I guess that's true, but he could be last hitting as well. That rotation doesn't feel very efficient. On the bright side, EG is really pressuring Spectre well. Spectre's got 400 gold here. His last hits are a little bit behind. His net worth is not great. He's about 700, 800 behind the 2 leading EG heroes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what build he goes with. Mid lane, Pasha. Wanted to feel a little susceptible to Sumail because it is a bait after all.
So survivable.
Sumail gets off his Fire Remnant. He's going to run away with the Haste Rune. So much was used to try to take him out, but it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, that one extra level or two on some of these heroes and they could have killed him there. But he had Flame Guard up, so they did damage all the way through that, and they did damage all the way through his 4-man shield and his Wing of Aquila. He was actually ultra survivable.
And knowing how many heroes were in mid, Arteezy feels super safe in this bot lane. He takes the tier 1 tower for himself.
That's huge.
As there is a smoke popped. I don't know when that happened.
That's the first tower to go. He got a little lucky with his Phantasm. He got a second illusion. But he basically did triple damage there and takes the tower very rapidly.
Alright, Mag went 3 levels in Burrow Strike, 4 in Sandstorm, so he's not going to have Epicenter for this smoke attempt. No one. Doesn't have his Blink Dagger, obviously 1200 gold right now. Universe picks up his Arcane Boots. He's going to find the Burrow Strike misses, though. Telekinesis will not. TP support's coming in. Fission's going to block him off as the Echo Slam as well into an Enchantona, but the Repel will mitigate a lot of that stun, and no one. Fiend's gripped up by the rotation of fear and a disastrous gank attempt from Vega.
Yeah, those Earthshaker ganks have to work out. He's not getting as much value. He's not getting experience as well. And the experience is extremely important because if he's got few levels of Aftershock, you'll see what just happened. He gets the Repel off before the enchant hits, and then you don't get to chain stun somebody permanently. So he's not transitioning very well here. They needed to get Ember Spirit kills at least twice. Sen can canvas his Burrow Strikes like that.
And they need some sort of mobility item on the Earthshaker, and I assume he's going to go Blink first, but
yeah.
Still a ways away, 1,000 from that, and EG's rotation can just be easily transitioned into a tier 1 tower push if they want.
Well, right now it's looking really good for EG. Both Spectre and the Earthshaker are equally farmed, and the Ember Spirit and the Chaos Knight are far ahead. Meg's going to spot out the gank, at least the rotation here.
Yeah, PPD.
This is kind of dangerous.
I think he was faking a ward, but they should see in his inventory that he still has not placed them. Okay, now he actually places it.
Yeah, he'll still place it anyways. So they're going to see Mag here. There's no way they can defend the tier 2, or the tier 1 that is. Sumail TP's away to go defend mid, possibly gank Pasha.
The tier 1 tower. Again, that's Arteezy's second tower kill of the game. He has drums completed with 500 gold to boot.
I don't think Arteezy can kill him. Yeah, he needs Chaos Knight. And they do a repel TP. Okay, he backed off.
I'm not going to bother reading this. It's too long. It's too long to read. The lore is out of control. As Mag's going to be spotted out by this ward. He's going to use the Sandstorm to get away. The Burrow Strike was oddly used.
This is Lux, okay? Like, there's literally no excuse for Mag here.
Well, he couldn't decide whether to actually initiate or run away.
PPD might die here.
Yeah, PPD.
Oh, great.
The figure actually blocks off no one.
They need to get a kill.
Yeah, Pasha pops the ultimate, but PPD is just going to run away despite being the slowest here in the goddamn game. Sioma, Fiend's Grip will be applied, and there's no way out of this, my friend. Oh, unless there's a fissure. You know, well, Sioma is blocked off right now. Sioma.
He will die. Yeah.
Kind of stuck, and He will fall in.
Oh, Arteezy going in.
Arteezy jumps in solo in a lot of trouble. Universe has a Purify. Or Purification, will use it to drop him to the deck.
That works so good. If you repel a hero, then you don't get slowed by Untouchable. So Arteezy just goes in on the Enchantress every time. The Omni Knight is going to allow the carry to just do whatever he wants against Enchant. And because Enchant didn't get a bunch of kills early, then they're going to fall behind. This is looking worse and worse for Vega here.
And Arteezy just starting to run away with this game. 3 assists, 1 kill. His farm is very, very good right now. Second in the farm. I mean, that's... When you're playing a Chaos Knight, it's super scary when he gets very early items, and he's transitioning quite well.
They're basically playing him like you play Gyrocopter. You just do a lot of early ganking because you have good early game skills. Mag can go for an Epi Burrow here.
His Burrow's level 3. He could do it right now, and Arteezy would be in place,
but Omni's there. That's the problem. All right, they're going to see him now.
Has Repel and GA available to use at any time. Arteezy's going to go for the stun. He'll hit it, but the Burrow strike onto the high ground means Mag will be safe.
It's good Burrow. Loses some mana, but no HP really due to Tranquils.
Wait, how did they see him?
He walked into the
top lane in the meantime. No one. Oh boy, he's so close to blink. He picks it up. It'll be canceled though. And he's going to get an Echo Slam off into a fissure, into an Enchant Totem. He blows up the Crystal Maiden. Nightmare will keep him in place. Meanwhile, Sand King actually gets a kill onto Arteezy. Didn't see that one, but in the meantime,
he might kill Fear. Oh,
with the Purification, they should be able to take out no one finally, but at least he's got that Blink Dagger. He spent his gold, and that's the important thing.
And he got a kill out of it, so that's going to give him at least a level. Yeah, he's level 9 now. He's got 3 points in Aftershock. He's in a good spot. He did use Echo, which is a little bit bad because he could have used that to score a kill on a core. Getting a support is still good considering that he got ganked, but they need to start shutting down Sumail, and Sumail just picked up a Blink Dagger, so even harder for him to get caught.
Sumail taking some Impetus damage. Of course, even with Flame Guard, Impetus will go right through that. And I'm interested to see if Solo can actually turn this into a right-clicking Enchantress, if he's going to get enough farm, that is.
He did some good early ganks, but they just needed to get more, and I just don't see him necessarily transitioning super well, especially against the Repel carry.
Is Midas a normal pickup? I believe it is, right?
On who?
On Enchantress.
No, not for a long time.
Really?
It's usually like either phase or treads into drum, and then you get Dragonlance, and then you get Axe. Okay. Yeah. So the Midas, increases your attack speed, but it's kind of overkill considering how much attack speed you get from things like...
I didn't even realize, though, Universe very close to finishing his mech.
Yeah, he's
and actually great. Not too far away from the Guardian Greaves, which this game... it's not that good for the debuff, but of course the lower cooldown probably make it worth it.
Yeah, if he just keeps people alive during the small bursts that Vega has, they can win fights. They're a little weak on burst damage. It's going to come down to epicenters, really. They've almost got Blink Dagger.
Level 6, my friend.
Okay,
he stole his first spell.
That's a good one to steal, though.
It is.
500 HP extra.
Of course, if it's Chaos Knight initiated on you, it makes no difference.
Or if it's a Brain Sap Purified, he actually just dies because it's pure damage.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of pure damage in this game. That's true.
There really is. Sumail farming a little bit aggressively down here.
Pasha right now, we've seen some different builds coming from Spectres, and the one that's been most successful, at least in Captain's Draft, has been the tanky, where you go Earn into drums, and then you go either Radiance or Diffusal Blade. And this game, he could potentially just keep this as a casual bracer. We've seen that from time to time. Or do you think he actually goes Jumpsters? No one. Sumail, looking for Searing Chains, won't find it.
He actually just did a Sleight of Fist there. I thought he actually didn't even cast Searing Chains. So I don't know if he just messed it up or what, but maybe probably could have killed him if he did catch him.
Sumail pushing the lane with his Flame Guard, has a double damage in his bottle.
Grip on bottom.
Bottom right here. Oh boy, Pasha. So much trouble. The Echo Slam counter initiation. Arteezy, he can't reach him across his own fissure, and down goes Spectre, but Arteezy will be the trade in Impetus into a Burrow Strike. Fear is next on the list. Sumail though with double damage, Sleight of Fist, and Searing Chains combination, PPD. He has Freezing Field. This could be a really good one, but no one comes in with an Enchant Totem. It takes 2 clicks to right-click him down in Universe, Burrow Strike, and my god, Sioma. A 3 for 3, which looked like it could have been a horrible fight for Vega, but they end up bouncing back. Mag blinks out.
He's got to get out.
Picked up Blink Dagger.
It's still too dangerous. Ember Spirit's already hard to kill and put an Omnion on top of him, and he just
now has another slight Searing Chains come along with his ult. No one gets stunned up. Has 1 Enchant Totem to work with, and here comes the Mag at the center into Burrow. Oh, they got him! And Sumail dies, and Universe might be next as he attempts to run away. Pops the GA for himself. No one on the run. Universe slowed up thanks to the Spectral Dagger.
You gotta get away.
Trying to go for the Spectre. Oh my god, Spectre, you're in a lot of trouble. 2 seconds out. A beautiful 4-man Burrow Strike by Mag. Saves the life potentially of Pasha. Mag frostbitten up. Fear, Nightmares, right under the nose of the tier 1 tower. Do they have any TP support coming?
Shaker's got a Blink Fissure if anything else goes bad.
EG's gonna run. My god, these burrow strikes are insane.
Mag.
Oh, another block fissure, enchant totem as well, and Arteezy. Second death in about 30 seconds time, I feel.
All right, and now is when Vega can start out playing EG, as you just saw, because they've got Blink Daggers on all the big heroes. Blink stuns are so hard to play around, and the Sand King, he got all of his bad ones out of his system. It's only God tier burrow strikes from now on, and he's been nailing.
It's a lot easier when you have some mobility. Here's Sumail repelled up, and has Flame Guard to work with. Doesn't want to really... with the repel, you can right-click the solo like you talked about. Solo.
Oh, the stole Pure.
A lot of trouble. Here comes another burrow strike onto this time Pasha, trying to deal some damage. The Purification doing nice AoE. Freezing Field by PPD doing work. Here's going to be the first to fall. Sumail in a lot of trouble. The impetus looks like it finishes them off. It's a 2-for-2 buyback on Sumail. Another beautiful burrow strike by Mag. He doesn't have Blink Dagger or anything of that sort. Do they have vision? The sentry's not quite in place, but they place a new one and take him out with ease. No one on the run. Blink Dagger's up in 3 seconds, but then he canceled the Searing Chains. And this is going to be another kill on the way of EG, so the buybacks look to be worth it.
Okay, it looked like decent for Vega there, but they just cleaned up everybody. Their chase is very solid with Chaos Knight, with Ember Spirit, so great mobility from Vega, but that time EG just got the better of them, and they get a big gold advantage in tier 1 mid. With that said though, Spectre's only got 400 gold, so he did get the drum and the wand there, so he's pretty good at battling early, but he's nowhere near close to his Radiance. And with an armlet pickup on Chaos Knight, there's going to be a long period of time where Chaos Knight can easily kill Spectre if he catches him in the open and gets his stun off with his ult.
Yep. And Spectre did finish off the drums, by the way, so do you think Radiance is best, or is that just too long of a pickup? So going for Diffusal might be better. Which one do you think?
Diffusal is going to be so good against Omni Knight, but the Radiance as well would be really great. He could just run at the supports and pick them off one by one, and it's going to make Omni Knight a lot more spread thin when he goes to try to save people. So I'm not quite sure yet. I feel like Radiance is just so good that he has to get it, but it's going to depend on the next couple of minutes, how good his farm rate is, things like that. Because if he gets a couple kills in a row, he says, okay, I'm going Radiance. But if the game gets closer and harder, I think Diffusal is more likely.
Well, Vega trying to extend this again. They had a 20,000 plus net worth lead and almost, I don't want to even say they almost threw it. It was just EG playing so well, coming back in the game 3. But Vega did extend it to a game 4. They're down a little bit here right now, and this, of course, is the best of 5 grand finals.
They did get spotted out by Bane rotating.
Draft. Yeah, Fear repelled up. And
what tournament is this?
It's the PIA Captain's Draft 3.0.
I just thought it was so weird that you had to be like, by the way, this is Captain's Draft.
In case you were wondering why there's a Chaos Knight.
If they haven't figured this out by now that we're doing Captain's Draft, it's like, it's too late for them.
No, you never know. There's a lot of newer players, you know. Okay. Dota Cinema does cater to the newer crowd. It's all about bridging the gap, you know, from competitive and casual.
I think the bridge is not going to be gapped after they saw that Captain's video by Slacks. I saw the downvotes.
It's a gaping hole right now.
I saw the dislikes. Your Dota Cinema fans are not here right now.
Spectre, in the meantime, definitely is going Diffusal, so obviously it's not that unusual to pick up for him in general, but against the Omni Knight, it feels like it's just so good.
Yeah, it's their best way to deal with the carries with Repel by far. And it's actually ultra countering Ember as well. If he has Flame Guard on and Repel, it counters both.
Yeah,
so it's going to be very good for countering that, but it's going to not give Spectre the usual huge advantage that he gets by just pressing his ultimate and doing Radiance Burn on all the supports. So it's kind of a necessity, I suppose, due to the Repel, but if Omni Knight was in this game, he would definitely go Radiance.
By the way, I don't know if we actually mentioned it, but Sumail's had this Blink Dagger. I freaking love Blink Dagger on Ember Spears this early. It just feels like they're so much more active.
Yeah.
They have so much control, and
he gets a lot of damage
a lot in the past.
Just from his skills, so he doesn't necessarily have to get a damage item. So I agree. The Blink can be really good.
I'm going to take out the tier 2 tower, does EG. I thought that Vega might be trying to organize something for the tier 2 top, but it doesn't look to be the case.
They are. They're waiting to see if there's a TP. If somebody TPs, then they're going to Epicenter Burrow with right clicks from Enchantress, and they can definitely get kills.
Right now, EG has complete control over the Vega jungle.
They see the courier.
Yeah, the courier is definitely there, and down it goes.
Force Staff and Ring of Regen. Those are the Force Staff for the Earthshaker, pretty big.
Oh boy.
So that means that EG knows where Vega is because they're flying to the upper tier 2. But in the same vein, Vega is going to know where EG is now. They're mid. So they might just attempt a trade here. At the moment, this is looking a bit better for Vega.
And no one clearing out the waves with the help of Sola. And with that one TP, I think they just back up, especially considering it's Sumail who can catch up. Has a lot of catch on that Ember Spirit. Smoke now, mid lane, PPD, Fear, and Universe grouping up. into the enemy jungle, which, like I said, there's absolutely no vision for Vega, and Pasha needs to be very careful. He's getting somewhat close to that defusal, so about 1,200 away or so.
I don't think Vega's going to want to take a fight until...
Wants to go for a Fiend's Grip, but the last second blink from no one. Nicely done.
Vega will not take a fight, most likely until they get Diffusal Blade. Other than that, they'll just look for little ganks. So that's why they're staying top. And that's why this lane ward is so nice, because it will spot the TPs, and it'll see whoever wants to farm here. So I feel like the last minute or two, Vega has been winning the farm war. Not that it's a huge amount, but they've been moving away from EG, and now EG is going to do the only thing they can do. They say, well, if you're not going to fight us, we're just going to take Roshan. At least this way we get the advantage. And it's going to take Vega a while to find out if this is happening. They probably will have to make the assumption. Yeah. But even still, they've got to be careful. They have like no wards on the map. They don't even feel comfortable farming lanes.
Sumail gave the bottle to Arteezy so he can use the DD, and of course, with the synergy of Chaos Strike doing minus armor to Roshan, it's going to be a pretty fast one overall. So... who takes the Aegis? I feel like Chaos Knight is not a good hero to give it to, although they give it to him anyway.
I mean, you saw him that other fight when he gets locked down. If there's no Repel or Omni to back him up, he dies really simply. There's 3 stuns.
Well, it's more, if he uses his ult, then it's not, I guess his ult might still be up, so that's not as bad as like a Lycan or something like that.
I don't think it matters that much. Like, his ultimate is obviously a big source of damage, but he's still a decent hero without it due to stuns and Reality Rift. Reality Rift gives him 180 bonus damage, for God's sake.
So in this case, I think they're just going to repel Ember while the Aegis is up on Chaos Knight.
Yeah, that would make more sense. He picks up his Battle Fury, so this is really fast. 23 minutes here. We got a courier yet for the raiding team? Nope, 46 seconds for the 4 staff on no one.
Yeah, and Mag working on a 4 staff of his own. Almost complete with that.
Okay, the smoke does break on the guys on the high ground due to Sleight of Fist.
Man, they can't really do much.
They might go repels down in 2. Yeah, it's not going to work.
Spectre actually went Yasha, so no Diffusal Blade for him. Arteezy going to go to the high ground.
This is smart.
They're going to spot some heroes. Arteezy looking for some catch, but not quite close enough. Solo, yeah, easy kill for EG. Has the Dragon Lance, by the way, and a point booster as well.
Back to the high ground. That was great that Arteezy ran up there. Oh my god, he just got the Rubik kill. Ooh. So big for EG. 2 dead heroes. So he runs to the left because he knows if he starts a fight, he's got Aegis, and they don't want to fight him because he's frickin' Chaos Knight. So scares him back, and then they can't cover solo when they end up going on solo. So 2 free kills there for EG, and that's going to be a tier 2 most likely. Let's take an defend for 10 seconds.
The courier's back up, so 4 staff is now on Earthshaker, so he's going to have a little bit more confidence as far as mobility is concerned. Expect the Shadow Blade to definitely be next. So he wish he was farming a little bit better.
Yeah, he's pretty far behind right now.
I mean, as far as net worth, he's in the middle of the pack, and that's not what you want for your mid.
Spectre almost died bot lane. He actually bought a Yasha? Are you serious? That wasn't a Diffusal this whole time?
Yeah, I said that, but it's okay. You don't listen.
It was just a recipe, and you didn't actually hover your mouse over it.
I didn't even see he had a recipe.
And then I took your word for it. What the hell? Okay, I don't like the Yasha too much. It's 2,000 gold. The Diffusal's like 33. I think it's you either go Diffusal Blade or you don't, or you go Radiance.
It's going to be a complete 4-step on Sand King now. So, a Yasha into what? Like, do you actually finish Manta? Is that the right choice?
It's not terrible. If somebody's solo, the Desolate damage does a lot, but
okay.
I don't know if I like it over Diffusal. I mean, if you get Diffusal, you're going to probably buy Manta afterwards, so he may just Yasha into Diffusal into Manta.
It feels weird considering some of the components are already used for Diffusal Blade, but regardless, Arteezy going to take out tier 2.
This is the only way he gets movement speed for past what he's got, so.
Whoa! Arteezy pops his ult with the armlet enabled.
Yeah, he does this a lot. I've seen him cast at least like twice for farming.
Really?
Because these hit just as hard as his hero does. It's really good damage, so he can basically farm 2 camps at one place.
That's really interesting.
Oh, Pasha almost dies top. Sumail's trying to go
low at the center. Burrow Strike combination on Sumail. Does he have any remnants up? Doesn't look like he uses Sleight of Fist to mitigate a little bit of damage. And nice purification of the last one along with the mech. And Sumail's just going to go right back in as Mag. Searing chains up. Do they have vision? The sentry is placed. He Burrow Strikes into the trees. Sumail with the Sleight of Fist in 1 second, and down goes the Sand King along with Pasha, Spectre.
They got there just in time. I thought for sure that Sumail would die, but didn't quite work out. And the supports clean up on Spectre on the backside, so really bad for your Vega now. EG's got a couple kills, and there's no big damage item in sight for Spectre. They pressured him so well. They got a bunch of kills. All the rotations really put him behind, and he hasn't been as successful in kills. And now BKB and Arteezy as well. He can just go Magic Immune with Armlet, with Aegis.
Yeah, he's going to be real tough to kill. The Aegis, though, let's see how much time is left on that bad boy. It's only about a minute left, a little bit over
They're
a
going
minute.
towards bottom with no one.
Oh, he blinks aggressively. Already used by no one. Do they spot him? Not sure.
Let's use Arteezy
I
at
don't think
least.
they had vision of that. He's going to get the bounty rune. Yeah, Arteezy and Fear are just going to back up. As the push top continues for EG, their 2-2 tower is... I mean, the real issue for Vega is... I mean, Spectre, it's not the end of the world that he's a middle-of-the-pack farmer, because that's Spectre. Usually you have to get a Radiance and then you start taking out. But the real issue is that their mid is just not that high up.
Yeah.
Like, he's top of their team, but if you look at the discrepancy between Ember and Chaos Knight, when you compare it to Earthshake, it's just... Like, it's a full item difference, basically.
Yeah, he got pressured so much in the laning stage, and the ganks are just pretty straightforward when you're ganking Earthshaker. He had to use his Echo Slam defensively a lot of cases. Oh, he buys a Veil, okay.
Look at that sleight of fist, Rubik. Look at that damage coming out from him. That's something to fear for sure, as Arteezy takes out this Ancient stack.
That's not terrible to have Sleight of Fist on Rubik. Does like 150 damage a hit. Could be worse. He does buy Veil on Earthshaker though, and the point of this obviously is just to give as much cheap damage increase as he can get.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's gonna
I mean,
synergize
it's very
well with this
cheap
team.
and it's an efficient pickup overall, and they need some sort of extra damage, and he's not farming well. So
It makes Sand King way better too.
Yeah.
So if they can initiate properly, and I mean Repel only works on one person, and yeah, they're gonna have a lot of heal with the mech and the Purify, but if they can do a wombo combo, they can easily win this game. Vega can easily win this game.
yeah, wombo combos. We like to see those. Universe right now working with an Aether Lens, and he could finish the Guardian Greaves pretty shortly if he wants to go that route. Of course, could go some sort of extra mobility like a 4-step as top lane. No one initiates onto Arteezy. It's a little bit too tanky for you.
Looked like it was the opposite. Arteezy used Reality Rift and pulled him in. If there was anyone else there, Vega could have gotten the kill.
And bot lane in the meantime, Pasha gets Searing Chains up, pops the Haunt. PPD uses his ult, and my god, Rubik goes down there. Loose Spectre gets that. There's the counter initiation from Mag on Sand King. It doesn't really do anything though.
He got Pasha. He had he had to teleport to Fear with his ultimate, and Fear was able to kill him. Huge kill.
And Mag in the meantime, oh, he has a blink available. It's going to get canceled right away, and Sumail just right-clicking him away.
Man.
3 dead for Vega. Things are not looking good right now.
Yeah, Sumail's just punishing him consistently. And Fear's still set up for top. He doesn't have Fiend's Grip though. And no one else in the area. Maybe no one can kill him? No, he's gonna be scared.
He just doesn't have that much confidence. I mean, typically, like we talked about, he's going to get those 3 mobility items. He has 2 of them right now, but he hasn't been able to get like a lot of solo kills.
Enchantress might die as well. He's gonna go for one more creep. This is a little greedy here.
Yeah,
He's got a TP.
He gets it, and here does have a 4-staff, but it was on cooldown at that time, so not looking to push the envelope. I mean, right now EG's sitting pretty. They're at about a 14,000 net worth lead. They have control of the enemy jungle. They have control of the Roshan pit, which, of course, they don't have the Aegis anymore, but they can get the next one pretty easily. Of course, like you talked about, Vega with the Wombo combo, that's the perfect opportunity, is the Roche fight. So that's something that EG needs to be careful of.
There's so many good spells that Rubik can steal too.
Jesus, dude. Sumail.
Yeah, he's a low farm.
Good
He gets Battle Fear at
God.
24 minutes, and a mere 6 later he farms another 5,000 gold item.
Oh boy.
That's pretty fast.
That is pretty dirty overall. Ugh.
Spectre does pick up a Blade of Alacrity, so hopefully he doesn't build another Yasha. Probably going to be a Diffusal Blade.
And there's the second Blade of Alacrity.
I
It
just
just
think
feels weird that he went Yasha instead of
Yeah.
just straight Diffusal. Who would have had Diffusal already?
it just delayed his ability to fight for so long.
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't taken a fight, like they haven't taken a real fight in 20 minutes by all means, but
that's true. Sumail,
oh, that's a crit.
Sand King at half HP. There is the sentry. He's going to burrow strike out to safety, but Sumail looking for more. Ooh.
Just keeps getting him.
Yeah, he has blink up in 1 second. He can actually go for this. Another
Oh,
Searing
Mag
Chain.
messed up.
And Mag looks to be dead one way or another. Did he crit off of the cleave?
I'm not sure, but he killed him, man.
He. Thank you.
Meg was
Thank you for clarifying.
Meg played way too scared there, and they actually had a great observer ward already in lane that spotted Meg out. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's true.
And he pinged it. He's like, I think they have a ward over here. Like, he just knew exactly where it was consistently. That's why Meg was sticking around. He's like, oh, maybe we can kill this guy. People TP, I can stun him, but still no Diffusal Blade. EG's going to high ground now. If they win a team fight, he'll have Diffusal though. But winning that team fight in the first place is gonna be tough.
And they have the Echo Slam. The Veil of Discord comes into play, or not Impetus, dealing damage through that repel of Sumail. Arteezy still has his ult to work with. Not looking to use it yet. He has a Reaver, by the way, so getting very close to that heart, which means his
man.
illusions are going to be ridiculously tanky.
Sumail just missed 2 chains combos in a row. He's not gonna make his challenge in this game, that's for sure.
Oh boy, you know all about that, don't you, Purge?
I really do. He's on Lux, so a little bit harder. PBD as well as Chaos Knight swinging to the top lane.
Now that's something I didn't really think about. Sumail playing Ember on Lux, pretty impressive, honestly. Especially when he's going the mobility build with the Blink early on.
It's definitely a little tougher. He's gonna jump, misses his fiddle. Oh, he gets him.
Oh, Echo Slam onto Sumail. Gets repelled right off the bat, though, and Pasha might be in some trouble, along with No One. They're searing chains up. Impetus damage coming to play, but Sumail's getting in the brunt of things. Universe looking for purification. He has the Aether Lens to work with. If that Slide of Fist actually destroys No One, and there's the GA to keep everybody alive. The damage might be too much. The magic damage comes into play with the Epicenter. It's a 2-for-1, solo, frostbitten up, brain sap, right clicks, the saddest death of all time.
Get him, Peter! Oh, there
Arteezy
goes!
gets the kill. 3-for-1.
That little snowball.
As EG looks to push even further.
Well, they did
I
lose
thought the
Spectre,
Epicenter
at
was
least.
used, but I guess not.
I guess Sand King just wasn't there. It was kind of a good fight, but took so much to kill Sumail, and again, the Omni Knight was always in position. Universe is constantly, whenever, the very few times that EG's out of position, he's always there to save somebody, and that's game winning.
Okay, nice fissure, going to prevent some damage to the tower, as Arteezy just has to wait the 8 seconds. The Aether Lens gaming, though, I mean, Fear has Aether Lens on Bane, Aether Lens on Universe. PBD doesn't have his yet. He has a BKB. Holy God. Peter, what have you done, sir? You have a 10-second BKB. I've never seen such a thing on you.
Seema steals repel, that's pretty big. They can repel Spectre now, that's going to make a huge difference, actually.
And Spectre does have the diffuser blade, so we'll see if this fight goes any different.
He shouldn't fight necessarily like Chaos Knight, but he can just repel him, they can ulti, and he can kill one support, guaranteed. Probably, well, I guess he can't kill Coaster Mania because he's, got a BKB, and Universe is a little hard to kill, and Fear can maybe sleep himself. But the repel would make a big difference from stuns.
Arteezy finds Roche, and they're just going to beat him into oblivion.
They have to fight here, and they're pushing mid right now, but I don't know if they realize that.
Yeah, do they even have a
Just take
smoke to work with? I mean, that's kind of a necessity. Obviously, Hantu can come in anytime he wants. No smoke to work with, though. And with Roche at half HP, it's going to be pretty difficult. No one can go for a blind Echo Slam. It's not up for 10 seconds, though.
Oh, that cleave damage is so big.
Nightmare's up. The illusion.
It's getting kind of, Arteezy's kind of low. If they happen to haunt here,
And we'll see very sure. They're going to get some vision thanks to the enchant taking over this illusion for Chaos Knight. They won't be able to get the Roche kill. Arteezy gets the Aegis.
Oh, yes,
no one misses the Echo Slam. That is a disaster, and there's no way Vega wants to fight now. No one having a very rough game on Earthshaker.
his laning save was pretty good, but now he's 2-6 and 9 there.
EG's just done a really good job at containing him.
They really have, yeah. So Chaos Knight now has a heart with an armlet, so he's up to 3,400 HP. He did use his BKB in that fight at least, so they've got that going for them, but no Echo Slam and no Earthshaker for 45. This fight's gonna be tough.
And Arteezy pops his ult, he gets the RNG with the extra illusion coming out. And this mid Rax, there's no way they can defend. I mean, they have Epicenter, but without their mid lane Earthshaker.
Oh, they called it.
EG. A very underwhelming game 4, but regardless, EG are your champions for the PIA Captain's Draft 3.0. Congratulations to them. The fact that they won 2 games on Lux after last season losing literally every single time is a testament to EG's
Maybe they'll change their mind a bit about what it really takes to win, but they played great in the early game. The early rotations from Arteezy secured them the early game. Sumail played pretty solid as well.